other habits do you like?
Now, I noticed you weren't specific to bad habits, so that may leave out just about everything.
Well, now you're boring. If you walk into the office and nobody teases you, you're on your way out. Do you understand?
Yeah, that tells me I've walked into the wrong office.
No, you're in the good office. You're in a safe space. But I can tell by your psychology that you like yourself, so you'll be fine. But it's nervous duty. Certain things that you get involved in are, you can be compromised, right? So it's important to have a basis to reflect off of. Like, for example, it sounds like you like your dad and you like your mom, correct? So this is helpful. So when we get into this kind of emotional disturbances, somebody's shooting at you and whatnot, always think back to what your father taught you, for example, and that it's really helpful, so that you don't. In other words, you're not groundless. You have a good foundation, but it's rough. You get tested. I mean, daily you get tested. I can't discuss it. I've seen people compromised, and somebody waves, for example, almost $500,000 cash in front of your face, right? It's like, hey, look at this. You can go retire in the Bahamas. So then I go back to my dad, and he says, no, always work for your money, and don't be compromised. Don't let any political entity or drug or alcohol affect your body. So always just go take a walk in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and that's. So I guess I'm stalwart, old school, and it works. I feel great, but I've been approached, and you know what? They can go to hell. I don't care. I invest Microsoft, NVIDIA, Apple, multiple, 8 houses, right? So I just, just regular American stuff. I mean, really cool. So you don't have to, you won't be compromised. But be careful. I'm not making this up. I directly saw this, right? You can be handed a whole bunch of cash. You have to make a decision on the spot. In my case, I turned it around and I ripped them. And that's it. Then I get out of town. That's my work. N6AF. So I guess you guys are all gone, correct? Anybody else?
No, we're still here. You just kind of took over the frequency.
I have no interest in doing that. I'll play my guitar if you want in the background.
Well, here on the non-sequitur frequency, my father always told me if I didn't want to be shot at, not to live in Fresno. And so sometimes you don't take good advice.
Dave, sorry, cop to cop, you're cracking me up. Really? So one of my best friends is a detective in Phoenix, Arizona, and he just had...
And there he goes again, K6USY.
The other night. Not fun. Didn't kill him. Deliberately didn't shoot him in the chest. Just took the shot down there. Didn't bust up the femoral artery, but the guy got hauled off. But, it's this guy, meth addict, crazy guy. Isn't it fun?
like you lead a very exciting life.
I'll be back in a minute. K6USY, Fresno.
Yeah, it is nap time, isn't it?
And I'll be around here either puffing on a cigar or sipping a beer or a glass of wine or something.
Or all of the above.
Just fill in all the blanks, it'll be good.
It'll all be good.
I didn't mean to freak you out. Just my nervous duty. Anyway, I'm all ears, man. I learn from the frequency. I learn.
Sounds like a true SWL.
FGL. Got some repeater noise in the background, but it's all good. Do stuff like that, driving up and down the road, and you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah, Ron, you are fading a little bit on the ground wave here, but someday I will trim my tree, and I will probably be able to hear you on simplex.
Oh, yes. I'm kind of thinking you might be able to hear me better on 70-centimeter simplex because that antenna is kind of like a standalone one now. Well, no, maybe not, because that was my repeater antenna, and it was kind of hard for us to even communicate on that. So, okay, I take that back. Probably not.
Yeah, my antenna is dual, so both the 2-meter and the 440, the 70-centimeter on the same stick.
Okay, I'm back.
Night-night? You make her go night-night?
Yeah, she's in there crying because she doesn't want to take a nap, and I told her, too bad.
You hear those guys down below? My gosh.
Yeah, they're bleeding in a little bit.
So I pulled out my senior project from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo from 1980, right? And set it up with an external DDS generator for the second mixer. And I was running around all over the band and talked to a bunch of people. A lot of fun, you know. I like designing this stuff.
You must spend a lot of time at the patent office.
Not too much. I'm mostly forward-looking. So what's your introspective comment?
Well, I'm saying for inventions, would you not want to patent them or do something where they would be, not public domain?
Great question. I get it. Answer is mostly public domain. Mostly public. And, just basic stuff. So, my father, for example, I told you, right, he's a PhD in organic chemistry at UCLA when he was 26 years old. Designed nuclear weapons plastics. We have plastics. They're called, look it up, Google it. If in all modesty, I'll educate you. Look, just look up lenses in nuclear weapon centers. Okay? So he designed the plastics that don't yellow too quickly, and they're good for probably 100 years. So that's what he did. And then similarly, I designed stuff that's utilized by law enforcement to ensure the safety of the planet. Nothing changes. You know, it's like I miss my dad. I have his obituary next to a old style stereo receiver. I'll turn it on early in the morning, like 4:30 in the morning. and turn on some classical music, and I'll say, "Hey, Dad, Bruce, how are you?" And I can kind of hear him. I didn't go crazy, but, I miss him. I love the late night conversations, N6AF.
And hopefully you are turning on some music that he would enjoy. Aaron, I'm now at 2,800 to be a little bit more neighborly here, so no need to expand the passband.
Yeah, even then I pulled in my left edge just a little bit so I don't have to hear the
Sounds like my daughter's dog, Teddy.
Yeah, that is the technical term.
Correct. Right, we use a canine like this.
You got a fancy radio, got to pull all the levers and knobs and dials.
And you can do it even from afar.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at the radio right now.
So, wait a minute now. Do you get one of the new radios Musk's neural implant radios? Have you tried that yet? It's like, okay, I'm going to change bands. Oh, there it goes.
Now, this is just an ICOM 7300. The main difference is the radio's sitting in a closet, and I'm remote controlling it from my computer.
That actually kind of sounds like my marriage, My wife, she's 1,500 miles away, but she kind of remote controls me so that I don't go over and attack
the reason for that.
my neighbor's daughter, right? So she knows. Looking at... Anyway, so she, I guess it's remote control via being married.
The thing I didn't like about my neural implant radios was if you sneeze, all of a sudden you're no longer on the swap net on 40 meters, you're somewhere on 10 meters.
Or off band.
No, I got it. I mean, you buy what you want, right? I mean, I've got an HT37, I've got a KWM2, I've got remember this, the Drake 2B receiver. I mean, I've got an HQ120X from 1939. It's pretty interesting. The whole broad spectrum, so to speak, of technology. And I get kind of tired of just using the latest SDR-based stuff. I kind of like using the old heterodyne stuff. It's better. I like it.
Well, you adjust your amateur radio day by the weight of the radio. You might say, today I feel like 70 pounds of fun, and so you pick up maybe you don't pick up you roll the HT37 on the little dolly over to the operating position, KB6GFD.
Extremely smart. I love it. You're hired. You want to work for the FBI? You're hired. Perfect. You chimed right in. Exactly. So what I use is this chair that I sit on here in the lab.
Dennis, this is being recorded.
Put one of the heavier objects on it and roll it across the floor and then finally set it up. But, I learned some time ago to not pick up 85 or 87 pounds. This is not good for the back. It doesn't matter. Even if you're 22 years old, it's very not good. So it makes good sense. But isn't it interesting how technology changed so things are more compact and less dense? It's better. It's better. The K3 here, I think it weighs about 3 pounds or something, or less than 8 pounds. And it's just really neat, but it's dwarfed by some of this stuff, like the H237 to my right that I repaired. I agree. It's not safe. It's very stupid. I mean, I'm almost 70 years old, so it's not good to be picking this stuff up, right? I mean, it's like you can really scrunch yourself. N6F.
You wonder how the early armature radio operators survived with all that heavy equipment, with the KWS-1s and the HT-37s. And I think what happened was that all the amateur radio operators were probably 20 years old back when those radios were new, so they could actually manipulate them and function. And now that it's 2024, like you just mentioned, most of the ham radio operators are 70 years old, and they can no longer operate those sets, so that's why they're no longer made. Over.
Okay, my response, I take it as a challenge. And but you learn, right? My son's a fireman paramedic. You know, he's held death in his arms like I have. So we understand. So you learn by doing, right? You learn by experiencing these things. So eventually, when you get older, hopefully, reasonably, you learn to not overstress your body. So, for example, he just got promoted. He's an engine driver, so he doesn't have to pick up all the, motorcycles. Hey, Leo, that's his name. Leo, did you find the guy's right arm yet? I'm still looking. You know, down off the embankment after the crash. You know, so he doesn't have to do that anymore. He's 17 years in, and probably run another 15. But yeah, you're exactly correct. We learn, by our involvement. Right? But, when you're younger, you're kind of foolish and full of energy. There's a whole different avenue, no pun intended, that we can drive down here. As far as I have had 5 motorcycles, and I'm just tearing around up on Skyline and stuff. Extremely fast. Yamaha 350, all modified. Denko chambers, crazy stuff, right? It's like, yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you go into that corner, when you know you just know you're going too fast, right? It's like that. It's a bad bounce.
I think he likes the sound of his own voice.
Down, but you don't quite crash. You pull it out, and then you wake up. N6AF.
Hey, just a quick comment. I think that's why some people go into park rangers or paramedics or the EMT kind of things, because as they progress through that profession, as you said, they sort of graduate into maybe a more comfortable position. They don't experience the day-to-day stuff. And armature radio is not like that. You could be a ham for 40 years, and you would think at some point you would have a clear frequency, the band was always work, the match on your antenna would be good, no lids would ever come onto your frequency, but it's not like that here on armature radio. It's like you need to be on your guard all the time, no matter how long, no matter if Hiram Percy Maxim gave you your license or you just came freshly from the VEC the other day.
This has been very illuminating. K6USY.
Yeah, those neighbors are getting loud, aren't they?
I just had to take a piss. That's all to be a man to man, Had to urinate. But, it's just, it's spooky. It's spooky business. I don't know. I do know. I know a lot of people that we trade favors. For example, okay? Quick story. It's valuable. So I was riding.
I don't think it'll be quick.
Recently on my bicycle, right? I do a lot of hard riding.
Are you on 5.5?
Here's this cop. His name is.
I can be. Hold on.
Which is a township, right? And he says, "My God, you're in great shape." And I thought, "What is this guy gay or something? What the?"
Okay, K6USY 55.
And it turns turned out that he needed to talk to me because his friend had just been shot
I think he's AI generated, so whatever you say, he just goes on for 3 minutes.
Community centers where they have rides and so forth. So anyway, the guy was a disgruntled employee, and so he shot Drew's best friend, right? So I'm saying, wow, I was kind of upset. I just got shot at down by Brownsville, Texas, and he goes, really? So we ended up trading favors. Now this is important. This keeps us from killing each other, right? So that's all. That's a true story. Death, terrible stuff. And but you know what? He said, thank you very much. This is great. So he had an ear to bend, if you will, right? So we need to vent a little bit, speak up. If something's really bothering you, my daughter, she's a psychologist with San Mateo County, talks people down from suicide and so forth. So I get it, right? We hear it at everything.
Does anybody care, K6USY?
Life. Jasmine, that is wonderful. Good for you. N6AF.
I have a question.
Go.
Do you like the sound of your own voice?
It's not too bothersome. I never went crazy. What do you mean?
Well, you just seem to like to talk about random things that have nothing to do with what we were talking about previously.
Okay, like I said, I'm all ears.
And all this nonsense that you're spouting is currently being live streamed on YouTube, by the way.
I never saw anything on YouTube, but again, I'm all ears. Go ahead. Educate me.
Oh, just making an observation. Yeah, we were all just kind of hanging out and chatting with each other, talking with my neighbors, and you come in and start making really, really long transmissions and taking over the group. Shoot, Ron hasn't even transmitted for probably 10 minutes.
Okay, I apologize, and I'm well learned, learned. So I'll be quiet. Let me run upstairs and grab a beer, and I'll shut up. I'll shut the F up. I apologize. There's a lot of stuff that kind of comes out, But anyway, sorry, and I'm all ears.
Hello, Larry.
I apologize. T6 Echo Hotel monitoring.
Hey, Paul, what's going on? K6USY, Fresno.
Oh, nothing. I came across here, and I was going to QSY, but,
K6USY.
That's all. I think he took care of it.
Yeah, that was very illuminating and very interesting. Yep. Oh, sorry. I also have 2-meter simplex in my headphones.
ND63 monitor.
Yeah, we were just chatting here locally, and this guy just came in and was being very entertaining.
Well, maybe he's going through a lot. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I just I don't get it. You still out there, Ron? KJ6TYO K6USY.
I'm in and out here. I'm stepping in and out of the garage here. I have it cigar out there, the open and the cold beer, so just kind of walking back and forth.
I'm jealous of you guys and your beers. I'm not supposed to have anything for another couple of weeks. So anyhow, yeah, have one for me.
Paul, we keep finding each other on this band.
Chocolate in it, that was interesting. It's actually kind of good, but I'm going to save that for later on, maybe dinner.
Make it dinner. Yeah, I see we're fading.
Oh, wow. Who is the voice?
Yeah, Ron, you faded on me a little bit. Dennis, you're still strong over here. So yeah, Paul, K6 Echo Hotel. This is the basic Dennis, KB6GFD. He also lives over here in Fresno. Dennis, take a transmission.
All right, radio. I was waiting for the unidentified station there. We're probably ground wave, so it doesn't make any difference. We did a test earlier. But for stations that are, 8, 9, 10 miles away and 40 meters, there is some ground wave, skywave thing going on, KB6GFD.
Apologetic N6AF is back as well. All ears.
All right, well,
You tried to join us on 40 meters?
Let me do a test on Larry. Larry, I'm going to go to the vertical antenna here. So put your receiver on. All right, there's the vertical antenna, radio. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the horizontal wire. And so for truly ground wave, perhaps there was a difference. Over.
20 dB higher in Redwood City.
Yes, about 10 dB higher here. On the vertical.
Yeah.
Right, because we're ground wave.
Larry!
Who's the other station? That is a good question.
Paul's out there in South Valley, K6EH. Paul, you still there? KJ6TYO.
Yeah, I'm still here. Tell you what, though, my girl's en route. I got about maybe 50 minutes, and I managed to put my ground rod in, covered it all up, clean that up, but the place is a mess. All my project stuff everywhere. So I got to pack it all up in every little nook and cranny around here before she comes and do the dishes and sweep the floors and all that deal. So I'll be monitoring. Thanks, Aaron. K6 Echo Hotel. Good to hear you in there, Ron.
All right. Catch you later. Have a good one. And just take all light bulbs out. That way she can't see anything. All right. Later. KJ6TYO.
Yeah, time to make the apartment presentable. Catch you later, Paul.
Sounds like it.
Oh, did he load up his 10-meter vertical on 40?
You could do that, be like a mobile. I mean, a mobile antenna is only going to be 7 feet long and coiled up with the tuner kind of thing, so it'll work.
Oh, I've got my Antron to work on 20. It just is very inefficient.
Yeah, it's sort of the dummy load with a radiator.
It's a leaky dummy load.
I can barely hear Larry.
Yeah, he's not super strong here, but I can tell that somebody was there.
Larry, don't you have a rooftop there? I bet you could run a wire on your rooftop, could you not? Do what? Could you not go up to the rooftop and run the longest wire possible and break it in the middle for a nice little dipole?
Well, I did run the wire around the ring there, but it's my ground wire.
You can make a loop, but you'd probably have to feed it with open line, which wouldn't work. But you could make a resonant for something.
Well, I
actually, my vertical antenna, I've got a 34-foot vertical, so, and that probably will match very nicely at 40 meters. It's just I've got an 80-meter adapter coil hooked to it.
Yeah, that would work. I don't know how much garbage, electronic garbage you have around there, but maybe not. I mean, you'd be the culprit with all your computers.
I think he needs a full-size 160-meter loop on 10-foot telephone poles on top of the roof.
He might be able to do some inverted L thing where he goes to each side of the building, and he'll drop a wire down so that it's not too far close to the ground that people can mess with it. But that would add, on both sides, that would add some length. It might work.
Well, that's Aaron. I could just barely hear it.
I'll be back in a minute. K6USY.
Time to build that magnetic loop, Larry.
Yeah.
That actually would probably be your best bet. The only thing, the commercial ones are pretty expensive.
I'm pushing my luck right now as it is with the landlord.
He doesn't like wires?
He doesn't like antennas that can be seen.
Like, what difference does it make down there, right?
Yeah, I know. In the meantime, they tried to burn the building down from the base up.
Is there TV service? Is there like a community antenna on the top of the building?
No, there wasn't until I got here. And yeah, I feed everybody TV.
All right, I just switched to the vertical, but you could probably hear me either way, right?
I can hear you great.
Is this the anti-antenna frequency?
Yeah, I think I don't hear Aaron very well when I go vertical. KV6GFD.
Oh, I wasn't transmitting, but I am back.
Oh, okay, that was somebody else.
Yeah, the someone else, go ahead. K6USY.
I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm going to be drilling some holes into my guys.
All right, have fun with your hole drilling, KV6GFD.
Am I not getting out, GFD?
You're not very loud here.
Well, that's what happens when you're mobile.
Yeah, the mobile station, we hear you. I just, I have like an S5 noise, so talk louder.
Roger.
Oh, is that the Todd item?
It is the double delta low bubble.
Okay, you just came up. I wasn't hearing you previously, and then I said, I recognize that voice, the ever-popular friend of the SWL. Tango, Oscar, Double Delta, going to or coming from somewhere?
Man, these guys below us are getting very rambunctious.
Yeah, KB6GFD, yours truly, K6USY, who is to the west of me, and is it KG6TYO, who is to the north and east of me? Oh, no, I mean to the north and west of me.
And K6FEJ just dropped in on the YouTubes.
That's Mr. Voodoo himself.
Yeah, we are live streaming because I had to capture some of the hilarity that was happening earlier.
You know what we could do, since Mr. Voodoo himself is around, we could go up to 7222, and then we wouldn't have the problem with the neighbors.
Yeah, I was thinking of moving up just a tad.
Yeah, let's go to 22. That would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5. We'll try that. We'll try that for starters. KB6 GFD.
Alrighty, going to the 222 K6USY.
KJ6 TYS.
Of course, now I have some like QRM in the middle of my pass band, but at least I'm not getting bleed over.
All right, well, hopefully, Todd, you have an agile mobile, and it doesn't take too long to get up here. All right, are you in the big L town, or are you somewhere else?
I am approaching home, so I was in town running some errands.
All right, good deal. And I didn't get the report. You eventually did get your power back, right?
Oh, yeah, we did on Sunday night, so all was good, and the battery did what it was supposed to do.
All right, that's a good thing. All right, maybe we'll catch you on your base-type stations, KB6 GFD.
Roger.
And I bet the base station is more rambunctious.
My speakers just rattled.
Sizzling sausages.
On the other frequency of this radio is just too wide.
As in, you're too wide?
Yeah, I definitely am too wide. Anyway, good to hear you, Dennis. Sounding good. Aaron, good to hear you too. Was listening to the live stream for a little bit, and everybody is sounding marvelous up here at Lake Almanor.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I now have a permanent antenna for this band hanging off the side of the house.
Well, it's working good. You're not quite as strong as Dennis, but you are coming in.
Well, yeah, I can't live up to the basic Dennis. I'm just the mediocre Aaron.
Oh, well, there you go. So, Aaron, what do you have hanging off the side of the house? Is it a 40-meter beam, a dipole? What do you got?
It's an off-center fed dipole.
Well, very good. Anyway, it's doing a good job. You're about an S7 up here down the north.
Oh, very good. You're about 10 over down here in Fresno.
Oh, I like that. And Todd, I heard you in the mobile. He's probably destinated.
Hey, Aaron, I didn't think you were really streaming it, but yeah, you're really streaming it. Okay, never mind.
Oh, no. I have been streaming for the last 38 minutes.
Wow, okay. I was shocked. It was kind of cool. All right, so yeah, back to cleaning up my place before my girl comes over.
So what did you label this stream?
So when I just randomly start up a stream, so it's currently labeled Saturday Afternoon Amateur Radio. It's as generic as it can be.
Okay, just generic stuff. Has nothing to do with KC4 TNV or I can't remember his call. That's bad.
Yeah, no, I did not want to specifically call anybody out for future archival purposes.
Well, there you go. So if the SWLs are having issues, if you've put the clip lead onto the window screen, if you've rotated the wave magnet every which direction to Sunday, and you're still not getting the mellifluousness of all the stations, you can go to the stream.
And of course, since we moved up, that other group has ceased transmitting.
That's how it works on Armature Radio.
Yeah, you win some and you lose some. And in the case of earlier, we all lost. Well, thank you for the plug, Dennis. There's now a fourth person streaming.
Yeah, I'm glad he asked that. I was kind of wondering if he did it out of spite.
That's why I wanted it recorded. I figured if I was going to pull out some fighting words, I was going to have it recorded.
And Ron is enjoying his, was it wine with chocolate? Something like that.
He's so high class over there.
Drinking champagne, that Miller High Life. The champagne, a beard. And looking up at the sky to try to figure out why do all these planes have to fly over my house.
They're just checking up on you, Ron.
Well, let's see. Are you, when the weather changes, are you over the incoming path? You know, the weather changes and they come in from a different way.
Mine is mostly small aircraft. A lot of training and schools fly over my house. I guess they figure it's safe to crash here.
Well, is there a Zeppelin launch pad down that way? I mean, you're not close to Chandler. I mean, what would be out there?
There's a little airport north of him in Madera.
One of those past presidents, when they had those Blackhawks that came out a week before, they flew so low I could see the pilots in those Blackhawk helicopters. So it's some kind of a flight pattern. So no, like 737s, they don't fly over here, but it's a lot of FedEx, but also a lot of people just out there learning to fly.
Okay, maybe that's actually a spot where if they're circling around and doing loop-to-loops, that they're actually not in any commercial flight path from FAT. So there you go. And yeah, the government doesn't have to worry about that flight. What is it, 400-foot flight ceiling? They just do what they want.
Yeah, I did have to learn the helicopter that there was a tower up there, and there was an antenna on top of that 50-foot tower. So please don't. He is aware of that.
That's okay. You might end up with a new antenna over it.
I have a solar light on top. Sometimes it works, but there's still another 18 foot above the solar light.
Your glass of wine, your little LED flashlight.
A6 Golf Sugar non-mobile.
Hello, not mobile. This is the not mobile frequency.
I have heard rumors to that effect.
All right, well, your not mobile is sounding good. And I think I found my 40-meter lead. I can't believe it.
So Dennis, I found out the limits of this antenna last night.
Limits as per like DX ability or power handling ability?
Yeah, I discovered that if I jam 100 watts of FT8 into this for about an hour, the balun just gets unhappy and the SWR just goes whoop.
Are you using thin ties?
No, it's LMR 400. It's just the because FT8 is so concentrated on a single frequency, it just drives the toroid up there crazy after a while. I haven't had any problems sitting here on sideband. This thing's rated for 1500 watts on sideband, but 800 watts on CW, and apparently 100 watts on FT8 for long enough, and it'll get unhappy.
Now, wait a minute. Isn't the point of FT8 that you don't have to have extra power?
I was just testing it. I wanted to see what it would do. Most of the time, I only run 50 watts on FT8.
Okay, well, I guess it's good to know what your antenna can and cannot do.
But yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I should have bought the high-powered one. But oh well. Well, this is already a step up. The lower off-center fed dipole is only rated for like 200 watts CW. I'm glad I didn't get that one now because I'd probably hit the limit a lot quicker.
Yeah, I can just see it now.
Well, basically, the toroid in the balun can only absorb so much energy, and once you overload the toroid, the SWR just goes through the roof, and so you just have to wait and let it cool off. Yeah, so what will happen is as you approach that limit, your SWR will just slowly creep up and keep creeping up and keep creeping up, and then you're at like 3-1, and the tuner goes, oh, I got to retune this, and it completely confuses the tuner because it doesn't know what the hell to do because you can't tune it. Once you've hit thermal runaway, there's nothing you can do other than shut up and stop transmitting.
Yeah, it's like taking a shower with a bad water heater. You only got so much time until the water gets cold. This is KB6GFD. I will stand by so that others may enjoy the amateur radio hobby.
Oh, yes, that's what we do. We take turns and share. This is the sharing frequency. K6USY, Fresno.
And the sun came out today. I just had to say that.
And unlike other people that were not sharing the frequency previously, K6USY. So Ron, how's that beer treating you over there?
It's very good. Cigar is very mild. Yeah, a small cigar and a little bit of beer and enjoying the sun, sitting here in the sun.
Well, the 3-year-old failed at napping. She's now currently sitting on the bed playing games on her iPad.
I bet you wish you never
Going to be at the party.
Oh, it's going to be a complete disaster later. But that is okay because her cousins will be there, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. Well, it's not the 3-year-old's party, it's the 1-year-old's party.
Uh-oh.
Channeling other old classics, I was thinking thermal run, or runaway.
There you go.
Is that the number one hit on the track?
Well, thankfully not in this shack, but perhaps in some.
I figure, we have an amateur radio related, top 20 album. That might be number one.
Yeah, what's the other one? It's my noontime nap, and there's going to be trouble.
Instead of noontime net.
Well, you have to get the obligatory cupcake video, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't eat the cupcakes anymore.
You can make them, but you can't eat them?
Yeah, I'm type 2 diabetic.
Oh, yeah. Stay away from the cupcakes.
I'd say getting old sucks, but I'm only 36, so I'm not old.
Is it one of those things?
Yeah, it's one of those we're all falling apart just slowly.
Well, maybe it'll stop there.
All I will say is the drugs are good. Unlike the other guy who was talking about, I believe, fentanyl.
Amongst other things, yeah.
I think he was. I'm trying to figure out if it was a buzzword generator trying to hit certain key words.
Well, that's how they pattern AI. I mean, if you can do it without the use of wires, you're good.
But did you hear about the new AI scam that happened?
Tell myself and the SWLs about this one.
So apparently this group made a fake Zoom meeting and faked every single person on the call except for the person that they were trying to get to transfer the money. So this person that worked for the company was on a fake Zoom call, and every single participant was AI generated.
Oh, is this? I heard something about this. They actually got some money out of this, didn't they?
Yep, multiple transfers. You heard it here, first, folks. Stay off of Zoom.
You know, now that you've mentioned that, I was on 40 meters this morning, and I was, talking to AI6J, and he was needing some gas for his mobile, and so I sent him $20, and now I'm beginning to wonder if that wasn't some AI-generated AI6J.
At least you're only out $20.
I'm going to have to put a freeze on my Montgomery Ward's card now.
I get that reference.
That was trained on AI6J output has died a fiery death.
Uh-oh.
I've talked to AI6J. Yeah. Where's he at?
Now, I wish he was listening earlier, because that's sort of the type of thing that he would do.
Well, you can send him the link and he can listen to it later.
That was truly third-party traffic.
Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I was recording the first bit of it, but it just reached the point I'm like, man, I should record this. Man, I really should record this. Okay, hold on. Let me get OBS running. You never know who you're going to meet on Amatuer Radio. K6USY, Fresno.
Well, and we don't preface our conversations with no lids, no kids, and no space cadets for a good reason, because what fun would ham radio be?
Okay, well, what? No LEDs and then no wait, why no space cadets?
No lids, no kids, no space cadets. You'll have to ask whoever did that. Was it Black? I don't know. Whoever is famous for that line.
I've had my 3-year-old on the air. She likes telling everyone what her favorite color is, and every time it's a different color.
That kid will go far.
Right now she's telling me her favorite color is blue.
Yeah, I can't can't remember the name, but that's an infamous preface to your CQ.
Mike Primus, W2OY. No lids, no kids, no space cadets.
Well, yeah, you're not going to talk to the space station on 40 meters.
Was it the kids? See, that's true. If you get the space station...
On 40 meters that rivals the left.
Oh, it does get interesting. And this is K6FEJ, Northern Cal.
Kilowatt 6 Golf Sugar.
K6GFD. And I'm thinking, if you get the space station, when they're doing one of the hookups with an elementary school, you could get kids and space cadets. You just wouldn't have any lids.
Well, we can solve that one.
Over.
Yeah, we can find a couple lids. But when you're looking for Tupperware, you're always missing the lid.
Aren't they the first things to sort of crack and go bad?
Or fall behind the fridge.
Do they still have, and the SWLs feel free to chime in on this one, do they still have Tupperware parties?
I believe they do. But it's a pyramid scheme.
Now that everybody has little snap lids and Rubbermaid has this, it's sort of like, who needs Tupperware anymore?
Oh, speaking of pyramid schemes... I joined 1010 International last weekend.
You know, that's funny. I was just looking at their website yesterday because of the Todd thing. You know, I didn't realize he was actually an officer and did nets and stuff back 10 years ago. Because I was wanting to see if they were still around because I didn't. When I first was licensed. Boy, if you went on 10 meters, that was the first thing you got asked. Do you have a 1010 number? What's your 1010 number? Now I get on 10 meters, I don't hear anybody talk about it.
On their application fee, they warn you about Tango Victor Zulu and how you are not allowed to use him as part of your application.
Yeah, it even said that on, boy, that was a strange interference. They even mentioned that Todd is specifically mentioned on the application, but I didn't look for it, so it's there, huh?
Yeah, no, I was going to bring it up right now because I got a good laugh out of it. Please note, as of November 8th, 2013, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango Victor Zulu is no longer a member of 1010. Please do not submit his information on this application or any awards. I figure you got to be pretty bad to get kicked out of a group that doesn't even make you pay dues, you know, if you want to keep your number.
I was reading their site. It sounds like they had to go to a lawyer to write this stuff up. Could we get sued? No, we can't get sued. So they did it.
He's probably the first and only person they've ever had to kick out.
Little signs you put up in your business about refusing service to anybody if you want.
Yeah, but this is California.
They probably should just say no lids, no kids, no space cadets and leave Todd out of it.
This is another Todd.
Yeah, this is the evil Todd for sure.
Yeah, you might have to change your name.
Don't underestimate my evilness. I don't have
Well, wait a minute. Just for the SWL, did you ever have a 1010 number?
Negative.
Okay, then you're not the one we're talking about.
And they're almost up to 80,000. I am 78271.
All right, now I got to keep a little logbook because I think you're supposed to exchange numbers with other 1010 people.
Yeah, but not on this band.
Well, no, you got to be on 10 meters. But again, I don't hear it going on like it used to.
So I was able to do it because they had a contest going, and I figured, okay, let me throw a couple points out to them, and I was writing down their numbers, and I had 3, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see if I can get a couple more, and then I had 4, and then I had 5, and then I got a couple more, I'm like, and then I got to 9, and it took me probably a good 30 minutes to get the 10th one. But I was determined at that point, and I figured, okay, well, I've collected these numbers so that I don't have, a brain aneurysm and completely forget about this. Let's just go put the application in right now.
Oh, here's a question from one of the, and it's a good question, from one of the SWLs. Let me grab it here. And I will direct it to you, Aaron, because I'm not sure that you would know, but you are freshly off their site, so maybe you have read their rules. Can you do... Now, wait a minute. Is it possible to use FT8 to make a 1010 exchange?
No.
Because you could set that up automatically, right?
Well, there's not enough... You'd have to do like custom messages, and it's not set up for exchanging additional. There's a lot of contests that specifically say you can't use FT8 because you can't tell the other person what contest you're operating in, so they don't allow it. I know Winter Field Day specifically called out FT8 that it was not allowed. And I know some of the QSO parties don't allow it either because you can't tell the other station this is the Virginia QSO party or, the California QSO party or whatever.
They're taking the fun out of ham radio.
See, I like the digital modes when I'm stuck at work and there's nothing going on and I can remotely operate my station. I also do it when I'm QRP, but if I'm home and I'm sitting in front of the microphone, I'd rather talk. K6USY, Fresno.
See, I think FT8 takes the fun out of ham radio, but I'm a stick in the mud.
How big of a stick? Over. Well, I have my worked all states on FT8. Now I'm trying to do work all states on FT4, and in about 2 weeks I was able to get 41 states. So I only need 9 more. I figure, and then when I'm done with FT4, then I'll go find another digital mode that I can work all the states on.
Digital?
Yeah, it's those beeps and bloops, Ron.
Is that like my digital on my A2 C4FM digital?
You can turn that on, but we're not going to understand you.
Oh, man.
See, unfortunately, the only radio I have that can do D-Star on HF is my 705, which means that I'd be limited to 10 watts, so I have never tried it.
Does it do D-Star on 10 meter?
It can.
Oh, really? So it's pretty much like that UC 991.
Yeah, it's just the 705 is a QRP rig and only does 10 watts. But it's HF, VHF, and UHF.
Okay, I wasn't sure if the D-Star digital was good on HF bands or not.
I believe they have a net every Saturday. So there's people that try it.
I think for Fusion it's at the 29.250. And I don't know all the technicalities, but I set it up there, but nobody really answered. It was just the call signs would pop up.
Yeah, the weird thing about using those digital modes on HF is it's narrow band, but you're still technically transmitting FM on HF, which is just makes my skin crawl on anything below the upper part of 10 meters.
Okay. So I'm done with my cigar, so I can come back into the Studio E.
Yeah, you don't want to taint your radios.
No. Anyway. Yeah. I probably need to get another vertical antenna for that one. Because, it worked okay. I don't know. I got all these switch boxes I need to figure out how I could plug stuff in without blowing stuff up.
Well, you got to make it look like my setup.
That's pretty impressive. I mapped it all out one time and had somebody look at it, and they go, "What in the hell are you trying to do?" And I go, "Okay, never mind."
Well, but see, what you need is a way to you need some interlocking, like a train, a train system, so that you can't accidentally run one train into another. So you just have to make sure that you have it interlocked in a way so that you can't blow something up, so that way, if this switch is in this position, it kills the power to this other radio, or, you can't accidentally loop one radio into the other, and you can't be on the same band at the same time. I'm sure somebody's got some way to do that.
Yeah, because I'd like to run 4 different radios on one antenna. So, but if I leave one of them radios on and transmit, kind of afraid of that.
Well, the other thing is to use really good switches and make sure they're grounded, because then it will ground out any equipment you're not using.
Oh, man, missed the pedal. I already figured out on the amp. I just got 1 amp plug. So only 1 amp at a time, because I was trying to dedicate a certain amp to certain frequencies, and I was trying to do that, and I go, you know what, probably better off if you only have 1 amp on at a time.
That's probably advisable. Well, I'm going to get going here. Good afternoon to the SWLs. I hope you've been entertained with what's happening here. And hello to the couple people listening on YouTube. And good afternoon, Ron. Good afternoon, Dennis. Good afternoon, Paul, if you're still out there listening, cleaning up your apartment. Your girlfriend's probably already there, and the radio's already off, and there's things happening over there. Good afternoon to anybody else that's out there. I will definitely be returning to this particular frequency at times. So we'll catch you guys later. K6USY Fresno.
All right, have fun at the party, and maybe we'll catch you later on. Not sure what kind of festivities we got going on later on, but if I'm home here, I should definitely try to make old tube radio net. And have a good one. KJ6TYO.
All right, Aaron. Thanks for letting me jump in, and I suppose we could go back and hear the replay if you keep the archive thing not running, but up and doing something. Have fun at the party. I will get you checked in, and there it is, KV6GFD.
Yes, this is definitely going to be archived because I'm very curious to see how YouTube handles the closed captioning with our visitor.
Typically, as long as they can hear it, it shows up. But yeah, that's correct. There may be a couple of things that they have to edit in their own way.
Yeah, usually within like 24 hours, it'll be automatically closed captioned. So I'm kind of curious. I want a transcript. Alrighty, we'll get you guys later. Leaving the airways forever, K6USY.
All right, take care, Aaron. man. I'm still listening. She jumped on the 280 on the 85. She's halfway to the 17. I still got time. I'm still making good progress. So, mission's not accomplished yet, but we'll see if I can get her done in time. K6 Echo Hotel.
Have a good one, Paul.
Oh, my mic cable got stuck on my radio go box here. I kept yanking on it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to destroy my mic trying to come back to you. All right. You too, gentlemen. Yeah, happy trails. K6 Echo Hotel. And FEJ if you're monitoring as well.
KB6GFD. Hey, Dennis, who was in the mobile?
That is Todd. And I'm going to give the wrong call, so I'm not going to do it. He might, if he's there, he can jump in. TR, GS. And that's bad. He's changed his call, and I don't remember what it is. But that's Todd out in Lompoc.
K6 Golf Sierra.
Golf Sierra, thank you.
K6 Golf Sierra? All right. In Lompoc. All right.
Hey, signal's coming up.
Not too far from Motormouth Mall.
And Todd, I was talking to my younger brother this morning. He's down in LA. He's got friends that work at SpaceX and that other place with the name I don't remember. So we got a tour of their building and all the little pieces and carbon fiber parts they're building that go on to the space things they're doing. He said it was pretty cool.
We had a launch yesterday. I shot video, but it was right. The sun it was just the wrong time. But, yep, another one went off yesterday.
And if they've done it right, no parts should be falling off unattended.
Ideally, that is the case.
Apparently, I was looking at these fins or whatever they're called that go on one of the capsules, and I guess they're redesigning them or trying to figure out why occasionally they don't quite do what they're supposed to do, and they land somewhere in Australia.
Because they're down
get
under.
up and go downrange. I'm happy.
Down under.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe they designed it to do that just in case. Yeah, I think I may have found my 40-meter noise.
I need to find mine when I transmit because it wipes out my computer when I go to log in. It doesn't show the frequency, so figure that one out. Probably, if I wouldn't have all these wires laying on top of each other, that might help.
Yeah, you need a couple of, or maybe more than a couple of the ferrite cords to coil around. And the other thing, which is the simple, I don't know what your power output is. I hear you pretty well. I don't know about everybody else, but you could just back down your drive power. Sometimes there's going to be that threshold as to it's a bad thing and it's a good thing for the electronic components.
Yeah, that.
I don't think I hear it in your audio, but I'm looking at the SDR. You could, if you back down a little bit, it might help.
Well, that's a little bit. I cut that down about, that was almost 20, about 25%, 20% maybe.
sometimes you're going to hit a sweet spot if you're messing with something, and it'll say, okay, I can handle that amount of RFI.
Yeah, I had my warning. My warning was issued by phone by Jeremy. It says you might want to be really nice to your amplifier because they're about 5,000 something now.
Yeah, and I bet the tube isn't cheap either.
Yeah, I think it's around 1,800.
That's the thing. Jeremy could be listening in right now.
I know they gave him heck about that. I go, on 10 meter, I'm talking to all these guys from your area, and so I sent him a link to something. Some guy in Tennessee is looking to buy one of those ACOM 2100s, and sent him that link, and he goes, yeah, I think I'm going to keep that. And I go, well, man, 1 minute you're wanting to sell it, and now you're keeping it.
Well, it's because they haven't come out with anything that's bigger and better, so he would want to sell it.
Oh, but he has. He has the whole flex setup. Yeah, the amplifier, the everything. It's all self-tuning. I don't know, with this got that. It holds up to 6 or 8 antennas. So he's got bigger and better.
All right. Well, he needs it maybe for a backup. You know what? The band is changing. I'm hearing the Heterodyne at 20, and your signal is starting to fade in and out now.
I'll be darned. I still got you at the same. The only one who dropped was Aaron. He dropped down.
Yeah, you're just on that cusp of far enough away. I think for this band, once you start getting about 10 miles, 15 miles out, things can happen. Speaking about 10 miles out, I'm going to jump out of the air chair for a bit and continue with a few projects. And I think I have to do some paperwork for tonight and figure out how to get my audio back into the audio board without wagginess.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you got to get her set up for the AM side. So hopefully we'll catch you later on, and have a good day. And good talking to you. KJ6TY07.
Okay, yeah, I bypassed the audio board for just straight ham radio because I don't need it. And now I'm going to have to, I can't remember what I did. You got to remember where all these cords go and maybe go back to that. I tried something last week and it was kind of a big hassle. All right, 73 and Todd and Mark and the SWLs listening. We will have more fun on Armature Radio at a different time. KB6 GFD.
73 Dennis, K6 Golf Sugar.
All right, take care. K6 Echo Hotel.
I see you sweeping that stuff under the rug.
Well, it's kind of hard not to.
All right, well, if it's got a door, you can put it in and close the door. It works great. KB6 GFD.
Change the sheets if there's going to be a sleepover.
Sheets are clean, but there's washing and dryer I got to get out, yeah.